Welcome back, readers. Today we're reading 7 stories about 7 different acts of kindness. So get comfortable and let's read together. Lilas Superpower. It was Layla's first day of school, and she was feeling very nervous. "What if no one wants to be my friend?" she said quietly. Daddy gave her a hug. "Just be yourself. You're a kindness superhero." Layla took a deep breath and walked into her new classroom. Everyone seemed very noisy. The others chattered and giggled as they found a place to sit, but Layla felt too shy to say hello. Suddenly, Robin dropped his pencil case and things rolled everywhere. He looked very upset, and Layla didn't know what to do. Then she remembered what Daddy had said. She was a kindness superhero. Super Layla put on her imaginary cape and swooped across the classroom. She smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll help you." "Thank you." Together they picked everything up. Layla was a kindness superhero all morning. Her magical cape made her feel like she could do anything. She helped Miss Hart hand out worksheets and got a special star sticker. When Charlotte lost her toy, Super Layla jumped up to help her look and found Fluffy Teddy peeking out from behind a stack of storybooks. Super Layla even shared her new colored pencils with the whole class. But at lunchtime, the others raced out of the classroom and Layla was left behind. When she got to the busy lunchroom, she didn't know where to sit. Layla didn't feel much like a superhero anymore. Then she heard her name. "Over here, Super Layla." It was Robin, pointing to the seat beside him. Their other classmates rushed right over. "We want to be kindness superheroes just like you." Belle, Callum, and Marie were having fun playing a princess game. They danced around imaginary ballrooms and had pretend tea parties until Belle saw someone new standing all on his own. He looked very lonely. "Let's ask him to play with us," said Belle. "But he can't," said Marie. "He doesn't have a crown," said Callum. But that didn't stop Belle. She knew just what to do. Belle said hello to the someone new and let him wear her princess crown. Now he could join in. "Thank you. My name is Max." They all smiled and welcomed him. But as he was about to join the game, Max noticed that Belle now had no one to play with. Max thought about what to do and had an amazing idea. He rushed around picking lots of pretty, colorful flowers. Then he carefully braided them all together. "This is for you, Belle." Belle couldn't believe her eyes. It was a flower crown. It fit perfectly and looked absolutely magical. Belle, Max, Callum, and Marie all played the princess game together, and they had lots of wonderful fun. Tom and Tessa were thinking of a fun game to play. "I know. Let's have a teddy tea party," said Tom. They rushed to the toy box to find their teddies, Pinky and Bluebell. Tessa found her teddy, Bluebell, but Tom couldn't find Pinky. They looked around the house, in the yard, and even in the garage, but Pinky was nowhere to be seen. Tom was very upset. "Don't worry, we can share Bluebell." Tom gave Tessa a hug to say thank you, and they had an amazing tea party with lots of tasty treats. Soon it was time for bed. They dressed Bluebell in space pajamas, took turns pretending to brush his teeth, then climbed into their beds. "You can keep Bluebell tonight, so you won't be scared of the dark." But when Daddy read them a story, Tessa started to feel worried. How would she sleep with no teddy of her own to cuddle? Then, "Look who I found," said Mommy. It was Pinky! Tom squeezed her tightly, then he jumped out of bed and gave Pinky to Tessa, for being the kindest sister in the world. They both drifted to sleep, cuddling the teddies. Marvin the Mailman opened his door and found a big box full of letter-shaped cookies. He looked around, but couldn't see anybody to thank. What a wonderful surprise, thought Marvin. He took a big bite and set off to deliver the mail. Martha and Matt were playing outside when Marvin arrived at their house. "Look what we found in the yard," said Matt, holding out a picnic basket full of goodies. Marvin couldn't believe it. Another amazing surprise. As he walked through the town, Marvin saw more and more fantastic surprises. There was a basket full of balls and other toys to play with at the park. Outside the town hall, someone had planted pretty new flowers. The school building had a fresh layer of blue paint, and there were special new books to read in the library. Everyone was enjoying some kind of thoughtful surprise. On his way home, Marvin saw a large crowd gathered in the town square. They were all trying to figure out how to say thank you for the surprises, but they didn't know who to thank. Then Marvin had an idea. "Let's throw a party!" Marvin explained that the best way to say thank you was to keep doing kind things for each other. So, the town threw an amazing party for everybody to enjoy. Daddy was snoozing on the sofa, snoring very loudly, when Kara had a thoughtful idea. "I'm going to make something nice to give to Daddy." So she sneaked past him and went out into the backyard. Kara collected all of Daddy's favorite flowers and tied them together with a ribbon. Albie was playing in the yard and asked what she was doing. "I'm making a gift for Daddy." "I have an idea," thought Albie as he ran inside. Albie charged upstairs to find his crayons. He sat at his desk and started drawing a beautiful picture for Kara, so that she could have something lovely, too. Mommy heard Albie race upstairs. She popped her head around his door and asked what he was doing. "I'm making something for Kara." "Albie deserves a treat, too," thought Mommy, so she got to work making Albie's favorite lunch. Soon, Daddy woke up from his nap. He was sleepy because he had gotten up extra early that morning to make Mommy's favorite dessert as a surprise. "Lunchtime!" shouted Mommy from the kitchen. The family sat at the table and shared their gifts. Daddy was delighted with his flowers. Kara loved Albie's picture, and Albie and Mommy were both very excited to try their delicious treats. "Let's make something nice for Grandma next," said Kara, and everybody agreed. Sam was playing in the backyard when suddenly, buzz! "Grandpa, it's a bee!" Sam shouted, running around the yard to get away from it. "Don't worry, bees are amazing," said Grandpa. They watched it dance around the yard and land on a pink flower. Grandpa explained that bees help plants grow, which is very important for the planet. Grandpa showed her how to plant seeds and explained that flowers need sunlight, water, and time to grow. There are lots of other ways to be kind to the planet, too. Can we feed the birds? So they filled up the bird feeder and watched as lots of colorful birds swooped over. Next, they collected things from the recycling box and made a bee costume. Before dinner, they walked to the shop to get some yummy food, and Sam helped pick vegetables from the garden, too. Eating things that have grown nearby is best. When the stars came out, they watched bats flutter from their special house on the wall, and Sam gasped as little fireflies lit up the garden. Helping the planet is magical. It was the day of Freddie's sleepover. He couldn't wait to see his friends. First, we need to get everything ready, said Daddy. They baked some special treats, and Freddie tidied up his toys. Soon, the doorbell rang. Freddie's friends had arrived. "Look at all these yummy snacks," said Milo. "We could dress up as pirates," suggested Freddie. "Can we play in the backyard?" asked Charlie. They whooshed on the swings and zoomed through the grass. As the sun started to set, Daddy came outside. "Time to get ready for bed." The friends rushed inside to put on their pajamas. Once they'd settled down, Freddie was about to turn off the light, but he noticed that Milo looked worried. "Are you okay, Milo?" "I'm a little bit scared of the dark. I don't like bedtime." Then Freddie had an idea and rushed out of the room to find something in his toy box. A few moments later, Milo saw a colorful glow in the doorway. "You can use my magic nightlight." "Wow, that's the best lamp ever. Thank you, Freddie. I love it." The room was filled with shining colors as they all fell asleep. The next morning, the friends had already started planning their next sleepover. "I had so much fun." "That was awesome. Thanks, Freddie." "Let's have a sleepover at my house soon." If you made it to the end, I do hope you enjoyed those short stories. As always, until next time, happy reading.